My name is Amber and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I figured we'd have a nice little chat about how I go about rating my read books. So let's just jump into it really. I guess I should start with my journey about how and when I started rating books. I started rating books when I joined Goodreads in 2013. I didn't really rate books before, and if you go back to what I rated in 2013, it's pretty much, if I liked it, it's either a 4 or a 5, and if I didn't like it, it was a 2. I think when I first joined Goodreads, it was kind of similar to what their rating scale was, but I never used a 1-star, which is still similar to how I rate books today. I don't use the 1-star on Goodreads. I just feel the 1-star, even though Goodreads says I didn't like it, I just feel it's a really harsh number to use, really, and so I don't really use the 1-star rating. I feel like if I'm going to potentially give something 1-star, I just don't read it. I've kind of grown to know what my reading taste would be like, to know I won't finish 1-star books or even pick them up. So I kind of don't really give a 1-star rating. However, I do use the 2-star rating, which Goodreads says it was okay. However, I kind of put all my I don't really like these books into my 2-star. I typically find something redeemable in books to end up giving it a higher rating than a 2-star. But if something's like really bugging me and I can't get past it, it's probably a 2-star. If you go on my Goodreads, there's not very many books that I have given a 2-star even this year. But my 2-star ratings are typically my books that would most likely be on my least favorites of the year, because I don't find very many books that unenjoyable. You get to your 3 stars. My 3 star is actually where I start my baseline for my rating. Basically when I'm reading, every book starts at 3-star. It has chances to go up and it has chances to go down, but everything is really a baseline of a 3. 3 is my okay. I don't give it anything higher, it was just an okay read. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I could finish it. I possibly had something I enjoyed in it. It was just okay. Looking at my Goodreads ratings for this year, I've noticed a lot of books have been living in 3-star land, and I think that's because I started reading more critically this year. But a lot of books are not 3 stars, it's just 3-star is my base rating. Then you get into the 4 stars. 4 stars are my books that I enjoy. I typically find something that I really enjoy with 4-star books. 4-star is books that I probably will continue onwards in the series in. I will possibly recommend this book, but they're not my favorites. My favorites are completely reserved for 5 stars. I have to absolutely love every aspect of a book, pretty much, to give it 5 stars. I've gotten more critically, and my 5 stars are not being given out just as generously as they used to be. I know I do have some favorites that are just like, oh, why is that a 5-star in comparison to everything else? But I've really come to have, I guess, my own standard for a 5-star as time has gone on, that I've kind of come to know what books I think will be deserving of this 5-star rating. Those are definitely books I would recommend. I will most likely be continuing on in these series, and I'm just super excited for. And I will probably gush about them. In addition of my rating system being said, I do change my rating after the fact. I recently changed some ratings of books on Goodreads because I've realized that I hated them more, or I let the hype get to me and I gave them a higher rating because of hype. And I think I'm growing as a book person and a critical reader that I'm allowed to change my rating. I guess the last thing I should note is that genres that I read from frequently have harder times moving up and down on this scale. If I'm reading a bunch of fantasy at the time, it's going to be harder for a fantasy book to get 4 or 5 stars. If I'm reading a lot of romance books, it's going to be harder for it to be a 5-star romance. For genres that I don't really reach for, it's easier for them to get higher ratings. How I rate books, let me know in the comments down below if you rate books similarly. Does what genre the book's in have an influence up to you? If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a nice day!